Oh, jeez. Come on. I'm trying to get tickets to the Taylor Swift show that's going to be here in Atlanta sometime in the fall of this year, excuse me. And I'm not able to get tickets. I mean, I got tickets to Springsteen, I got tickets to Beyonce, and I'm only not able to afford food for another couple of months. Why can't I get these Taylor Swift tickets? They're sold out everywhere, and the ones that are online cost $1,000. Man, this is so stupid. You know, you give your life to Taylor, you sign up, you go to these blood oath meetings, you do the blood oaths, you kill a goat, you start praying to Taylor Swift every night, you break in to her ex-boyfriend's homes and you attempt to kidnap them and assault them and tie them up and put them in the middle of the nowhere and make sure they've learned their lessons. And karma just doesn't do anything for you.
It's news time. Delivering to you the news you didn't know about, the news you didn't care about, and the news you didn't know you cared about. With host, Chad White. Now, here's that host, Chad White.
Welcome back to News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the Tay-Tay news that you knew about this. You knew about this. All right, listen, there's a whole issue with Taylor Swift, Ticketmaster, LiveNation, and it sucks. You've heard. You can't buy tickets because bots bought the tickets and people are reselling the tickets for thousands of dollars and real fans aren't able to go to the show, and it sucks and it stinks. And I've seen her in concert once, but I want to see her again. Ah, man. Listen, Taylor took the world, the United States government, took LiveNation to court over what happened with Taylor Swift. And it's not just Taylor. Again, it's Bruce. It's Beyonce. Bruce Springsteen. Beyonce, Knowles. And Bad Bunny and other big name artists when it comes to buying tickets and, in fact, reselling. Ticketmaster has had this dominance when it fused with LiveNation. And essentially what happens is people go online, they get into these verified fan sales, even though they're not verified fans, and they buy the tickets and they resell the tickets for thousands of dollars. And LiveNation does nothing to do with it, does nothing with it because they're making money hand over fist with those fees and everything. There's an antitrust lawsuit that came from the government where they put the companies on trial, talking about how come this is happening. Lawmakers, kids are yelling at them. It's insane. Now, the people have been talking about this for a very long time. In fact, I think Pearl Jam in the 90s, early 2000s dropped Ticketmaster and they tried to do a tour without them. They tried to, and the problem is a lot of these venues have Ticketmaster as the only way to buy tickets. So Pearl Jam dropped Ticketmaster, tried to do a tour. Tour wasn't really working out. They ended up returning Ticketmaster, and they tried to boycott it, but it just didn't work. In one of the venues that tried to replace Ticketmaster was the Barclays Center over there in Brooklyn. They dropped Ticketmaster in favor of SeatGeek, which is similar to Ticketmaster and has just as high as fees, back in 2021. And for some reason, early this year, they returned to Ticketmaster after signing a 7-year contract with SeatGeek that they were only a couple of months in, like almost a year into, which is something that you definitely don't want to hear if you are a SeatGeek or a fan. SeatGeek is going to be the ticketer for some events within the Barclays Center, but it's going to be over a couple of months replaced with Ticketmaster. We don't know why. Again, we don't know why this is happening, but for some reason, it did. And they said they want to provide their fans with first-class ways to buy tickets. And I mean, I guess Ticketmaster is the way for them to do it. But then again, who knows? SeatGeek, as well as other companies, are well behind Ticketmaster, which is the leading ticket seller, which sold 485 millions of tickets in 2019, right before the pandemic happened. LiveNation is just like, not like we thought the government suing or filing an antitrust lawsuit against LiveNation and Ticketmaster was the start of a way for this company to change, but this kind of just solidified them to continue doing their devious things. We're going to continue seeing this unless the government actually steps down. It's like instead of slapping their hands, actually makes something happen for this. Barclays Center has received 13 LiveNation promoted tours, and so far right now, and that's kind of a drop for the company, which usually for the venue, which usually gets about 24 LiveNation produced events. There needs to be some type of repercussions for what LiveNation and Ticketmaster have done, because if I can't go see Taylor Swift, then we're gonna have a bad time. Speaking of not having a bad time, why don't you subscribe and check out one of those other videos, because you'll have a good time. You can also head to the website cpluscomedy.com, where I talk to your favorite comedians. You can follow us on social media at cpluscomedy, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. You can follow me at Chad Black White. Listen to the Constitutionals podcast, Late Night Lately, and LinkedIn Logs, wherever you get your podcasts. And you know what? I think I'm going to go back and try to find more okay, they're still sold out.